Hello, ladies and
Hello,
gentlemen.
hello, hello. Good evening.
We are in two separate locations this evening because he got lost.
My I did get lost. Yeah. My work decided that I had to like work and shit. I don't understand.
Oh,
I don't
you don't
I,
get just paid to sit there?
apparently not. Like they actually expected me to like
Uh,
oh oh
oh,
oh oh
that's that's me. Sorry.
yeah, I know.
I Does that mean that everybody can hear like if I play the show intro? I wonder.
I don't know.
We're experimenting live.
Why is my stuff not coming up? Like I keep putting like for my name and my logo and stuff, and it's not coming up, and I
You
don't
have
know
to
why.
turn it on. You have to tell it to turn on.
I did,
Turn
and
it
it,
off
it
and
says
turn it back on.
I've done that. Is your computer plugged in? Yeah, I got it. No, it's not. It's still not working. Whatever. It hates me
Um,
today. Fuck it. Never mind. I'm just gonna drink my cup of tea and sit here in my Black Panther outfit. Can barely hear it. Yeah,
eh.
probably not.
For the sake of not blowing
uh,
out my own ears, okay.
right. So I really didn't mean to like look like a Black Panther. I'm it's more of the
That's what I told him. I was like, why do you look like a Black Panther?
that's really not quite the look I was going for. I saw I have the beret, and it's actually this is a legitimate leather members only jacket. Like
Uh-huh.
it's like the tag says members only, like it's and there's a little thing over here that says members only, like it's a legitimate members only jacket. So when I thought about it, and the first thing that actually popped into my head was Rusty Griswold in European Vacation,
Oh
when they're
God.
in Paris and he's sitting in the random bar with like the beret and he's got his leather jacket on, and it's like it's very that's why I had it in my head, but
We
apparently
let
it
you
got a
know.
little bit
Like,
apparently
you,
it got a little bit lost in translation, and I end up looking like a Black Panther. But whatever, solidarity, uh, whatever.
I'm,
It's fine.
uh, I'm not, I'm not judging you at all. On the outside.
hmm I need a let's have a Fifi cup for my tea.
Oh, well, we have a cafe press store if you
I
would like.
know, I know, and I really should get one because it's getting chilly, and look, I could
We should
have
have those
instead
on
of
the show.
we should have them on the show, just like who is it? Like all the people with like the Tonight Show and stuff. They all have their own mugs and shit.
Or Kelly and Mike I was watching this morning. Is it Kelly and Mike?
Who the fuck is Kelly and Mike?
Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan.
Sometimes I'm really glad I don't have TV. Like I
You're
don't feel like
awful.
sometimes I don't feel like I'm missing too much. I'm just saying, like but whatever.
You're awful.
How was your weekend, Felicia?
So let's start with it's in the show
Yeah.
title. Let's start with
Um.
going to the fair. I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, going to the fair is okay with Freddie, but
It's okay with Freddie. Thanks.
it was a great experience. But beside eating all the food that I shouldn't have eaten and deep fried coffee, we'll get back to it. We went
Mm.
to the Jason Derulo concert, and let's just say
Oh my God,
he started out with this DJ that started the underwhelming experience.
okay. Here's kind of how it went down. All right, this is okay. So you've got this DJ. He's a big old black guy, hair and like dreads and up, and and he's got his all thing there, and he's working, and it's
He
all
looks amazing.
he does. He looks great. He's got things happening and shit, and he's up there, and he's all like. Everybody put your motherfucking hands up. Let me hear you scream. I hopped off the plane at LAX with a dream in my car.
Well, you forgot about the dub song that started it off. It started off with this amazing dub song that everybody knew, and then it was, okay, put your hands up, and then we're gonna go into Miley Cyrus.
It was all, and there was no like, there was no transition. There's no transition. It's like he literally like hit stop and then press play.
It was awful.
It's like, what are you doing? It doesn't make sense.
Or he'd stop the music completely and just say something really weird, and you're like,
what? There's like, yeah, like, let me hear you scream, or something stupid that didn't make any sense, or who's here with their best friends?
And you're like, huh?
Who loves the person that they came with?
And I was like, is this a bestie party? What is the tea? What's going on?
It's really weird.
I'm sorry.
Felicia, are you wearing headphones?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Interesting. Nothing.
Is it that thing that you complained about that you didn't want to hear?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, you'll never admit it. But other than the bad DJ, I was kind of underwhelmed by Jason Derulo's I don't know, his
the fact that he was singing along to his CD was an issue for me. That was a little weird.
Well, my first thing was when we walked in, because I love to buy like the t-shirts,
oh right, and there's no swag.
Like there was no branding. This is the environment I come from. I'm like, okay, so you want me to tell people about your album, but it's not for sale. You want me to tell people that I went to your concert, but no t-shirts or posters anywhere.
Nothing.
You
like
walk in,
it's just nothing.
You walk in, there's no vendors except for the food. That's like basically the fair food brought inside.
I don't even think it was that. It was more like popcorn and alcohol, and that was about it.
Oh, it was so awful. And then he proceeded to start the set with like "Marry Me." It was in there, and it was totally awful. Like you could tell that he didn't warm up because he was like,
yeah, he couldn't hit those notes. It was not fun.
I was like, don't you do that before? I don't know, but
it was awkward. Like you could tell he was singing along with his CD, and like on the parts where he'd have to hit those high notes, he basically just stopped singing and let the CD handle it.
Yeah, and I was like,
it was weird. It was really weird. I'm not sure. Like yeah.
And the dancer showcases weren't that strong. I didn't think the dancers were that.
Well, they missed one, didn't they? They had 4 dancers and they only did 3.
Yeah, they didn't let the other girl go.
Yeah.
Or the other guy. The other guy didn't go.
No, he did.
No, both of the guys went.
Both the guys went, and then there was like a local girl from Arizona who was dancing, and then the other chick, the blonde chick, didn't go.
Yeah, it was weird. Totally weird. I was like, did they run out of time?
Right?
And usually they do like an encore, because I've seen Rihanna and I have seen Adam Lambert there.
Him doing that weird thing where he basically just did a weird dance to another song was like the encore.
Oh, was it? I must have tuned out at that point. Because I was like, whoa, okay.
It's really weird.
And when he took off his shirt, it wasn't like the overwhelmingly sexy kind of take off your shirt.
It was stupid. He was like, "Oh, it's really hot in Arizona, bitch. And it's 60 degrees."
I was like, "Wait, it's cold outside. What happened?"
I'm like, you're not here in the middle of summer. You're here and it's 60 degrees. You can't really use the excuse that it's hot to actually take off your shirt. I'm sorry.
And none of the I'm still on the branding thing, but none of the instruments had his name on it. Nothing.
It was really bizarre.
I was like,
for somebody who puts his name in every fucking song, who cannot start his own damn music without announcing his name. That right there is like people putting their names all over shit for pageants and stuff, putting names on evening wear, putting names on costumes, putting names like.
It just wrecked my mind. It was like, what is going on? I couldn't figure it out. But other than that, I forgot to start the timer, so we don't hear that.
Of course.
We don't hear that amazing beep. But I did enjoy the deep fried coffee. That was like my highlight of the evening. I did have sausage wrapped in bacon. It was good at first, but then it got to be too much.
Too much. It's just like, oh, that's one of those things. Fair food is like, you have to go with somebody that you can like share food with, because you can only really take about 2 bites of anything, because it's so heavy and it's so rich and ugh.
I got to the point
even I have problems like eating a whole shit ton of fair food. Because what I usually do is I usually go and just like I go earlier and then just eat a whole bunch of food and then take food home.
Oh,
I meant to actually go home and take home a candy apple and a caramel apple, because I very rarely get them. But I'm just gonna have to go to Arizona Mills and get my own caramel apple and another candy apple.
Well, you didn't tell your mouth that. That's all I can say. You forgot to tell your mouth.
Forgot.
You had your way with that thing.
Well,
it was better.
I love me some caramel apples.
I'm not saying Jason Derulo is a horrible entertainer. I'm just saying he had an off day.
Something. I don't know.
If I see him again and it's like that, I will be disappointed. Really.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I understand it's a state fair and shit, but you're still getting paid to be there. You know,
even when I saw Rihanna and Adam Lambert, they had merch and stuff, and the music was amazing.
The fact that there was no merch is just so weird. I don't understand that at all. Like, that makes no sense to me.
What made it weird was there wasn't even bootleggers.
Right? There's nothing. It was just weird. I've never seen any sort of a concert that.
And the crowd, where was the crowd at? There wasn't a lot of crowd outside either.
Outside?
You know, usually when you go to a concert, there's like tons of people and you're like, ugh.
Okay, I haven't been to an actual concert in probably almost a decade, so.
Well, I'm glad I could help you out.
Thanks. And
took you to your first underwhelming experience in 10 years.
The kid that was like 2 rows in front of us, though, what was he, like maybe 13?
Yeah, he was just so much more entertaining.
That was just rocking out to everything from Miley Cyrus to it was awesome watching him. He was just, and his brother was just looking at him like, oh.
And his mom sat down. She was like, oh.
And then all the freaking 12-year-old girls were going batshit crazy.
Especially when he took off his shirt, but he
didn't. Oh my God, he took his shirt off and everybody.
But he took it off like he was in the bedroom, like not sexy at all. It was like
not sexy in the bedroom, just
like he had just got done with work.
Right, like I just got to take my shit off.
I just got to take this off. It's hot in Arizona. I'm like what?
He took his shirt off the way I take my binder off when I get home. Like there's nothing sexy about it. It's just not. It wasn't sexy. It wasn't
like,
sexy.
I wasn't about it.
No, I mean he's got a nice body and all, but
after that, it was all about presentation for me. The whole presentation was dead, especially after the DJ. The DJ killed it.
Yeah.
But especially after a couple of songs, and between songs, he did this like glass shattering.
The only sound effect he had was glass shattering.
And Jason,
it was like
and a Jason hook that said, "Oh yeah,"
right. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I was waiting for a really bad drag queen mix. Like I was waiting for like whips and slaps and shit. Because that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, seriously, is this necessary? Why?
What happened? Oh,
I don't understand. I don't understand at all.
I don't know.
What did you do for the rest of the weekend?
I slept. I know that
I did that once.
It's very unusual for me to take long periods of nappage. For myself, because usually I'm doing something or going somewhere.
Right.
But in this instance, I was going to go into the office on Saturday,
What the hell were you thinking?
and my body was asking me the same damn question. So, needless to say, Saturday and Sunday, I had just kind of laid in bed.
Yeah, I wish I could have done that. I've got 400 things going all over the place. And Saturday though, what did I do Saturday? I went, I made Dylan go with me.
Where'd you go?
We went to Bunkhouse for just a little bit to go and support the Imperial Court because they were doing their Pause for Patriots fundraiser.
Oh, how cute was that?
Well, they didn't have any dogs. It was just a fundraiser.
Right.
Oh. But it was, I went and I got to say hi to, Lady Christian, and Olivia was there, of course, and a few other people. Julie Craig was there.
Oh, speaking of Olivia, for people that are watching, she has a show right after this. I believe it's at Cult Vault.
She does, and our lounge actually changed their open mic nights to tonight as well, to Wednesdays. So, if you don't want to do the drag show thing, but you want to go and, check out some local talent, go to our lounge after watching this.
Please.
Yeah. And then after Bunkhouse, I didn't stay too long at Bunkhouse. It was more of a, so I could go and say hi to people and show support and stuff.
You're being social.
I was being social, which this title is killing me. But then after that, we went to C7 for Mia's show. And it was awesome because it was just Mia and Lucinda Holiday.
How was that?
It was actually awesome. It was a really fantastic show because they're both incredible entertainers and there was no bullshit. You know what I mean? Like
no
it was
filler needed.
No, you don't need it. When you have two people like that, you don't need a whole bunch of fluff. Like it was great. And Dylan had never seen Lucinda Holiday before.
Oh, really? He's missing out.
Exactly. And she did some great numbers. She was fantastic. So, it was good. Mia brought me up on stage and introduced me to people and blah blah blah. So
blah blah blah. He's very social.
I was all fancy and stuff. I had my fucking crown and my sash and all that shit.
Oh, you're fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was representing.
Oh, something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Why can I hear myself?
I don't know. I can't hear myself. I don't know what you did. It's probably user error. See, Did you mute your computer?
Why would I do that? Then I can't hear you.
It's what the headphones are for.
No, I put everything toward the headphones. We'll talk later.
Because pretty much everything right now on mine is like all muted and I can still hear you.
That's weird.
Yeah. My volume is turned way down and I can still hear you. Like it's off, it's muted and I can still hear you.
What? Okay, I didn't hear it that time.
See?
I don't know what it is. I'm sorry if it's echoing, everybody. And I hate you, YouTube. If you do not allow our people to chat with us, it's driving me crazy.
That's the whole point. Fucking YouTube. Why? Why YouTube? What is the problem? Is there a customer service number?
Of course not. I would like to let everybody know that if you are on Twitter, which Freddy is on once a week, you can do at Let's Have a Fefe behind me on Twitter, or you can do it on Instagram. You can take a picture of us on the air. We
need to have like a Let's Have a Fefe Snapchat or something. I don't understand how that works, but
we could do that. And then you can also, I have the Periscope running right here too. I don't know how to, I guess I could face it that way, but then I wouldn't be able to read the comments if people started commenting. So if you go on Periscope, it's Let's Have a Fefe. Let's Have a Fefe, all one word. It's running right now. So we have all kinds of options for you to talk to us. And I hate that YouTube hates us so much.
The YouTube is the only one that I can like deal with. You put everything else in there and I get lost. So I can't do like the Twitters and the Periscopings and things like that.
You'll learn.
It's like it's too much. I can't. I
Yes, you
can't
can.
do it.
You'll learn. But yeah, my weekend was restful, and I have a upcoming event this weekend, which will
I had a restful weekend
once
I
once
think it
upon a
was in
time.
yeah, I think it was in 1994.
Oh, when you were 10.
Pretty much. No,
Mhm.
94 I was older than 10, but thank you.
Oh. Oh.
Uh,
Anyway,
yeah.
so I know you didn't have time to do uh
I looked at your link.
you did? Okay.
I did, yes.
I was like
Yeah, I
so
did.
just a prequel. In the LGBT issues, we're going to talk about the man that jumped off of the cruise ship, and part of that I think is because we let people inside of our heads. As awful as that sounds, we let people determine who we are, and
Oh,
sometimes,
I struggle with that regularly. You know, as much as you want to say fuck the haters and, you know, I don't give a
yeah,
fuck what people think about me,
it still gets to you. You're like,
it's hard. It gets in your head and you try to just not and it's really hard to just turn it off. Like and I think anybody that says that they really just ignore everybody, I
they do it
I
to an extent, and then they just tuck it away, I think.
right, because regardless of who you are, what other people say and think about you, it does matter. It might not need to dictate your entire life, but
Mhm.
it does matter. You know, it does have an effect on you. And even people that we don't necessarily talk to all the time, or even if it's an ex or whatever, a lot of times you find that something will happen or somebody will say something and all of a sudden it's like you get this weird, it's like, oh, and it sits there and it like parks itself like right here in your head.
Or you
And
try to
it
think, you
just
try to say, "Oh, I'm just gonna get over it," and then all of a sudden you're going about your business, and you're like, "Oh, did they really say that?"
anybody that says that they just get over it and blah 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 blah, I don't believe that, just because people are human and it's hard to just get over everything and get over
I know.
anything, and it doesn't work that way. So, you know, props to you if you think that that's you, but look, I'm a Black Panther with an Eeyore cup
Oh,
because I'm tough.
well, speaking of mental health issues,
Eh, well, Eeyore's just clinically depressed. It happens. So we're kind of covering some men's health stuff in November, because November is Men's Health Month. So tonight we're gonna talk briefly about men's mental health, which is very rarely talked about for some reason, specifically to men. Men don't like to talk about it because it's not manly
and it shows weakness.
and it shows weakness, and we can't, you know, yeah. But you know, we have a few facts for you and some things to think about. 3 out of every 4 deaths by suicide are men.
That's so sad.
That's, you know, and that's
That's
I think a lot of it is because a lot of men typically don't like talking about it. You know, to have a therapist is, you know, a sign that something's wrong or you can't handle
or
your
that's a woman
problems, or
thing.
right, you know. So there's definitely a stigma there. I think, you know, I mean, there's a stigma with mental health anyway, but I think there's even more of a stigma when it comes to men's mental health. 1 in 4 adults in the United States will experience a mental health problem in a given year, and that could be anything from you know, depression to you know, a manic episode. I mean, it runs the gamut. Highest rate of depression is in men aged 40 to 59. Which
Got
is,
10 years to go.
it's interesting if you think about it, because they tell you that you need to start talking to your doctor about things like prostate health and stuff like that by age 40. So I'm wondering if there's a correlation with, you know what I mean? You have declining health because, and when it comes to things like prostates and stuff as well, it's another one of those taboo things. Going, I have somebody sticking something up my butt because that's going to make me gay, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, so I'm wondering if there's a correlation between the possibility of like declining health, and then getting up there in age, and you're not as virile as you used to be.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not as manly as you used to be, so to speak.
Right. I mean, you age, and you're not who
It
you were 40
happens.
years ago. It's just right. On average, 87 men a day take their life by suicide.
That's crazy, isn't it?
In the U.S. That's just in the U.S. That's not anywhere else. That's a lot. These are all people. You don't hear about it. They don't announce it every time someone
And it's
takes
not in
their
the
life.
news. People don't put it in the news.
No, they don't. They don't talk about it.
I think it's a society thing.
Again, it's basically, men find it difficult to share their problems, and I think a lot of men are raised with the idea that they have to be strong and silent. They have to be the support for their family and for everybody around them. They have to be the person to lean on, as opposed to having to find somebody to lean on. So it's a good idea to kind of be aware of risk factors, different symptoms, and to if you are a male identified individual, to make sure that you are not isolated, that you reach out, and that you stay connected with people. There's a lot of places that you can go to for anonymous help. So you don't have to make an appointment with a therapist. You don't have to have that show up on your insurance or whatever if you don't want it to. There are support groups. Again, that's a little tricky as well for some people, because it means sitting in a group of people and announcing to a group of people that you're having this problem.
True.
Support groups can be wonderful, but
there's something that you might need to ease into.
Right. They're definitely not for everybody. It all depends on, where you're at in terms of how you're feeling about yourself. There is the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's confidential. It's emotional support. It's there. Nobody's a licensed therapist, but it's somebody to talk to. And sometimes that's all you need.
Doesn't the Trevor Project have a, suicide
I believe
helpline?
that. Yes. You want to look up those numbers? There's the Trevor Project. There's also the trans helpline, trans health helpline. The number for the suicide prevention lifeline is 800-273-8255. Again, it's anonymous, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's someone, if you just need to vent, and you never know, you may end up with somebody that knows exactly where you've been and can empathize and completely gets where you're coming from. There's also some websites that are good to check out as well. Mentalhealth.org provides access to U.S. Like mental health facilities, mental health problems, and different information regarding where you can go, people in your area that you can see. Findyouthinfo.gov is a website that is used to help promote positive, healthy outcomes for youth. And this isn't necessarily anybody that is, that falls into the alphabet soup. It's
everybody.
It's everybody. And then Heads Up Guys is a men's depression resource. It's funded by the Movember Foundation, and provides guys with information and practical tips and stuff to manage and prevent depression. So that's a good one. It's sort of, for guys by guys,
Do we want to tell them the other Trevor Project is 866-488-7386. And I believe if you go to the trevorproject.org, it looks like it has texting and chat options that are probably anonymous. And then the trans lifeline is 877 excuse me. I can't see. 877-565-8860.
And we
So
can post. We'll post all of those on our Facebook as well, so that they're
yes.
there. And it's, again, and even if you just need someone to talk to, just reach out to somebody. Hey, you want to get lunch? Hey, you want to go grab some coffee or whatever? And just
Well,
reach
and
out to somebody. You don't, stay connected.
I will say that I cannot house everybody at my house, but the holidays are rough for everybody. Not everybody, but for some people, um, especially if like they've lost a loved one
Right.
on a holiday, or they just experienced something traumatic with a loved one, or something as simple as they've been with somebody for so long and then they broke up with them or something. Um, Suicide rates are high at this time of year, and it's
Yes.
joke no joke when somebody says thank you or I have seen it myself, which is quite terrifying. One person I can think of is it's been great knowing all of you, and I hope to see you further down my journey, or something like that. And you think, oh, are they moving,
Right.
or should I be concerned? And it never hurts to say, um, are you, and, like send them a message, say, are you going somewhere? Or, do you need my
Just
help?
check in. Just check. Just check in. Yeah, and I've got crazy Thanksgiving with my insane family. But if anybody wants to tag along to that, you're more than welcome.
Oh, I love watching train wrecks.
Oh,
Ascot.
my cousin starts off with a bottle of wine because her Korean mother is very Korean and very, very, very religious. My one uncle is very religious, very conservative, lives in Green Valley and has like 5 million rounds of ammunition. Like
Oh.
yeah, it's yeah. So anybody's welcome to come and tag along and
So
watch that
when you
mess.
get back from those events and you feel like you need to talk to somebody.
Right? Lord. Real quick, I just want to talk about some risk factors that have been linked to an increased risk of experiencing poor mental health. It's just a few of them, but it's things like if you have a family or personal history of various mental health issues, that puts you at risk. Drug and alcohol use, which is very prevalent within the LGBTQ community.
Yes, that's why we have things like Safe Out.
Everybody drinks to excess. Every status I see has to do with alcohol or something. Like it.
Or I woke up in the hospital and I don't know how I got here.
I don't, every single, like, I swear, out of all the statuses that are on my Facebook news feed news feed,
Oh, wow.
I swear to God, 90% of them has to do with some sort of drinking or alcohol or the fireball in the freezer or whatever it is. Like, there's always some sort of alcohol involved. That, and then with
Well,
any other.
that's a society thing. I think that when even on TV, when you're growing up as a young alphabet, um, whatever you identify as. I know growing up as a gay man, I watched on TV, you'd see like gay men at the club, and you see them getting
Right.
close together, and then you see them go to the bar, and then you see them go hang out by their car, and then you see them go to a bathhouse. Great promotion. And then or you see them going to either his apartment or whatever.
Right.
So
just everything in the community seems to revolve around alcohol. So just be wary of that through, obviously throughout the holidays and things, because if you're already feeling kind of down, alcohol is a depressant and that could only exacerbate things.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any serious medical issues, that can lead to depression as well. Isolation or loneliness. So if you find yourself alone, seriously, reach out. Be like, hey, you want to go get coffee? Do you want to go get lunch? Something, and if one person's not able to do it, check with other people. People are busy, but someone can like it is possible to make time, and especially if you be like, hey, I'm kind of feeling a little down the dumps. I'd love it if we could go get ice cream or whatever. Hey, if you want ice cream, I'm going to be the first one there.
Oh, speaking of
Offer you
ice
cake.
cream, excuse me.
Oh
We need to
God.
go get ice cream soon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And any other stressful situations, if you're dealing with unemployment or a stressful family life or, anything like that, those can be contributing factors to depression and things like that too.
Life
So
in
it's
general.
right. So just be aware and try to stay in touch with what's going on mentally with you, especially through the holidays. Reach out if you need somebody. We'll post all the phone numbers and websites and things on the Fefe page. And
what was I gonna say? I was gonna say one thing. I posted this on my personal page. I try to be less down about things when I'm on my Fefe page, but one thing that I learned earlier this year is that like this time of year or when you have a busy time at work, you tend to forget about the one person that matters, and that's yourself. So if you break out of those routines, you need to kind of force yourself back into them. I know it's hard. B, you need to take a break.
Yes.
I know that this is the time where you're like trying to get that overtime and you're trying to buy Christmas gifts, but Christmas gifts are only I'm gonna say they're temporary, because 6 months from now you're gonna say, "What about that thing I gave you?" And people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, yeah." So if you're dead and done, they're gonna miss you more than they would have ever wanted that object that you were gonna buy them. So one thing that you have to definitely take care of yourself. You just have to even if you work overtime, you have to take that moment to say, you know what? I need to eat a bowl of ice cream and watch some dumb show for 30 minutes before I go to sleep so you can unwind. Because being mentally wound up keeps your body awake. So
I slept like crap last night, and I know it's because of everything else that's happening. Like, I know that. Like, one of those things where I was exhausted, but I couldn't sleep, and then I couldn't get comfortable, and then I found myself awake way before my alarm even went off. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, and it's, I know that this is my busy season at work. I will be working long hours. I'm also working 2 jobs. So things are going to get crazy, but I also know that if I have to, I will make up a doctor's appointment or whatever for my, my day job, and be like,
mental health.
I'm out for the day. Like, I will work I'll work from 6 to like 8 p.m. a lot of days. And like it's rough. It gets really rough. But in doing that, I know that if I need to and things are getting rough, I can say I have a doctor's appointment, bounce out at 2 one day. Like, there's you have to take care of yourself. You have to, otherwise no, otherwise it's a recipe for disaster. It really is.
And if your employer's really pushing you that hard, tell them it's a bigger lawsuit when you get injured on the job if you fall asleep at work.
Right?
Just saying. They don't like that. They're like, oh, go home. You're fine. We were just kidding. We're kidding. No mandatory overtime. Just kidding.
All right. You want to run through your offbeat?
Yes. Let's go. California man has a tapeworm removed from his brain in a life-saving surgery. I believe the tapeworm was 22 inches, about as long as my hair. That's gross. Anyway.
That's my diet plan.
Oh, is that the pageant plan? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Slim
his
soup.
His name is Benji, and he, I keep him fed.
He just sucks on my brain. No big deal. Anyway, big roar on social media about a fucking red cup. So
So fucking stupid. I'm so over these
Starbucks
Christians.
in years past has put Merry Christmas
No, they haven't. No, never. Not once.
or
Not once. They
they
put fucking snowmen.
is that what it
Not
was?
once. There's snowmen. There's like
I thought they
snowflakes and
put
shit. No, never. Not once did they put anything
okay.
that had anything to do with fucking Christmas.
That's what I thought. And
But
then
you
I
know,
got
when baby Jesus was born and the wise men presented him with the holy grail of mistletoe, then they went outside to buildeth the holy snowman
and it
upon
snowed in
the
Israel.
right. I mean, seriously, people, get over yourself. I'm so fucking tired. I'm tired of these fucking Christians. It's not one thing, it's another, and they have nothing better to do than to make shit up.
Yeah.
Get over your
Dunkin' Donuts
holiday anyway.
Dunkin' Donuts took advantage of it and decided to put joy on their cups, and now people are happy for somewhat.
Oh, good, fantastic. Because joy is
it doesn't say Merry
for
Christmas,
Christians.
but
yes,
okay.
but joy is strictly for Christians. Nobody else can feel joy.
And you should be happy to know that if you see me drinking from a cup that is Starbucks that is red, I shall be labeled a Satan sipper. I have been
regularly. How you doing?
Oh god. I'm like, you know what? I looked at this over and over on Facebook and Twitter. I think that the pure thing that people should be upset is that you pay $8 for like this fantastic cup of coffee, but nobody has ever argued or protested against that. They're arguing over no snowmen or snowflakes on a cup.
These fucking people are so stupid. Next.
Jason Aldean wore blackface on Halloween. He says he was imitating Lil Wayne. He beat you to it, Freddie.
God damn it.
And I'm glad that we don't have the publicity that he has. I'm concerned that they may overlook his good looks and his music because he did this one thing.
I don't even know who that is. Why do I not know who that is?
He's a country star. He's come out in the last 1 to 2 years, or maybe before that.
I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, I see the name all the time, and I have no idea who it is, so I don't really give a fuck.
You probably heard his songs. Anyway,
I don't listen to music.
Did you know Adele does not post her own tweets? You know why? Because she, in her early stages of her career, around the album 19, which was her first album, her first mainstream album, she used to drunk tweet, and then and her management company would have to go back and delete them. And they're like, "Oh wow, let's save that for the lyrics."
That's amazing.
And that's how we get songs called "Hello," which is at like 98 million streamed.
That's crazy.
She's gonna beat her own record before her album comes out.
All right, LGBTQ issues. Our guest from last week, Will Hutt and his son Liam, are still trending all over social media. They've been on Cosmos featured them, The View, Huffington Post, BuzzFeed, George Takei. Everybody and their mother has been posting and reposting and tweeting and retweeting and hashtagging and everything. It's kind of cool. And this little kid is one hell of a dancer.
Yeah,
he posted a video yesterday. He's an amazing dancer. This kid's gonna do all sorts of crazy things, I think, as he gets older. I have a feeling.
I've been retweeting them on Twitter.
I've not been retweeting them, but I do share things. I don't tweet.
It's the same thing,
right?
You share,
right?
So back to the man that sadly jumped off of a cruise ship because the crew was teasing him because he was gay. I think because this guy was gorgeous. We have to remember that all people have feelings, and I can't imagine being isolated like that. And
where do you go when?
Well, you go for a quick swim, I suppose, but I don't know. I just thought, man, I thought we were in the day and age where people didn't do that anymore. But if you're you tease a full-grown man that he's gay. Wow, I wonder what his family is going to do, because there's video of this of the crew teasing him and him taking the almighty leap.
People have so many issues.
I know. And if he had those issues before he got on the boat, it's just, ugh, just imagine. So, um, let's move on to better news. I need to find this lady and get her on our show. A former military trans woman. I should have worded that differently. A trans woman who was formerly in the military posted a picture of herself wearing a shirt that says, "I fought for you to hate me." Now you think about that. When she was in the military, she was identified as a man and truly fought her hardest. I believe she was in the latest wars in Iraq and got out and came out.
Right.
But basically, her day to day is she is being hated because it's weird. She gave us freedom, and there's people that are living their hoity-toity lives, and
that's why I can't. This country drives me batshit crazy. I can't handle it anymore. It drives me nuts. Oh, look, our military, blah blah blah. Our military is awesome. They fight for your freedom. Oh, wait. Ooh.
You're gay? Oh, you're trans? Oh my God, you're lesbian?
Yeah.
No.
It's ridiculous. I don't know.
I remember a couple years back that before Don't Ask, Don't Tell got I don't want to say
repealed.
demolished. Yeah.
Repealed.
Because it could come back. Ugh. I don't even want to talk about it. I didn't put it on the agenda. I don't want to talk about it. Last night was terrifying. If those people run our country, I'm scared. But we put all these double standards out there, and we terrorize our own people. It's so scary. So scary.
Well, it's been common knowledge for a while that the T is pretty damn silent. Like, that's just the way it is. And it's
not silent to me because you see me sharing all that stuff.
Well, it better not be silent to you. I'm practically sitting on your lap once a week.
Oh, wow. Don't tell people that. Oh my God. Oh, it's not like we don't have rumors going around about us. Anyway,
what are you doing?
Who, Stop me? It.
No, my Google Doc just decided that it was going to close on me because it can. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, how fun for you,
right?
There's a guess.
Nope. All right. Should we move on to Hulu picks, Netflix picks?
Yes. So, straight out of Compton.
You can't do things if they're coming soon. If you haven't seen them on there, you can't say it. It's not how that works. It's not how any of this works.
I have seen them. You need to calm down. Anyway, so Straight Outta Compton being the highest grossing film by an African American director. That's so hard to say. It was a movie that by a black man that got a lot of money.
Right.
I watched Dope. I'm not sure if you saw that. It's like these kids that are obsessed with like late 80s, 90s rap.
Oh, I saw it. I haven't watched it. It's on Netflix, right?
Is it on Netflix yet?
I don't know. Again, I don't know. You can't. These are Netflix picks. If they're not on Netflix, you can't put it on.
Hey, I said coming soon. Anyway.
No.
Yes.
That's not how this works.
Well, it was originally Freddy and Felicia at the movies, but we don't go to the movies that often. Okay, I'll go to the next line. Sorry. I am all caught up on Once Upon a Time, and I need to catch up on the most recent one, so don't tell me. If you don't... What?
Nothing.
You can go now. You can go now. Oh my God. So anyway, I'm also watching Quantico on Hulu. On Hulu. Uh, and you can watch Once Upon a Time on Netflix and Hulu, but you probably watched the like most recent ones on Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu will have the most recent ones.
I've kind of go back and forth. I shouldn't do that because then I'll confuse myself. But anyway, Quantico is a new show. It's about like is she in the FBI or CIA? The FBI.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, but she goes through all this training and she's basically an FBI agent and she's accused of being like a terrorist. She's on the run, so to speak, but she's trying to prove her innocence. That's what that is about. So I'm kind of into that. As at first I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I was like, oh my God, when's the next episode? So
I'll have to check that one out. I've seen it. I just haven't like I've seen it on like Hulu and stuff. I just haven't.
it's pretty good. Okay, I'm done. Oh, Empire. Empire's
everybody
done.
knows about Empire.
Yeah. Go.
All right, I got a few different ones for you. On Amazon Prime, on Amazon Video, there's a there's a series called Schitt's Creek. SCHITT''S Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
and it's like written, produced, and directed by oh hell, what the hell is his name? Damn it. He played the father in American Pie. Shit.
I don't know his real name.
Something Levy. Something Levy.
Oh, Jason Levy?
No. Not Jason Levy. But it's got him, it's got his son, it's got everybody, and it's hysterical. It's about this wealthy family that basically loses everything. But like a few years ago, he happened to buy this town like as a joke. And it's this little fucking podunk town that's called Schitt's Creek because the family that like founded it their last name was Shit, SCHITT. Yeah. So it's they're up Schitt's Creek, anyway. It's funny. Yeah. It's funny. It's I definitely recommend it. Boardwalk Empire is on Amazon Prime as well. They have the first 3 seasons. If you kind of like it's about 1920s prohibition on like Atlantic City, and it's got all sorts of everything. It's gangsters and guns and stuff, but it's a good show. It's a little violent, but it's a good show.
Back to Schitt's Creek. It's Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy, that's what it is. Yeah.
He's Canadian.
Yeah. And then on Netflix, they have a collection of Disney short films. So you're gonna see right before, I think it was Inside Out, they had the Frozen short where Elsa gets a cold, where it's Anna's birthday. So they've got that one, and then there's another one, I think it was before another one that had like a dog. It was like a little dog.
Oh yeah,
that was
the name of that one.
Yeah, that one's, I don't remember what it is either. But that's on there. And then there's a few others. I'll be warning you right now, though. There's a couple of them that are so fucking depressing. I swear to God. I don't know what it is about Disney and people like dying, but shit. It's really well done, but just be aware. And then also on Amazon, because I'm the type of sick person that'll sit here and watch scary movies all by myself.
Oh, don't do it.
Is a movie called Lady in Black, it's creepy, but it's pretty well done. But it stars Daniel Radcliffe, which is why I watched it.
Creepy movies,
a little bit. So it's interesting. It's a pretty decent movie. It's not like a slasher movie because I hate slasher movies. It's more of a like ghost story, psychological thing. But it was pretty well done, and he did a good job at it. So if you want to watch a good creepy movie, Lady in Black on Amazon. It might be on others too. I haven't looked, but it's definitely on Amazon Prime. So yeah, have a look at that one.
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry. The original cast of Willy Wonka, and the Chocolate Factory, Charlie and the whatever.
What are you?
I'm over it. Anyway,
what the fuck?
They reunited this weekend after 44 years after the movie came out, the original movie, not the Johnny Depp movie that anyway. And I believe that's on Netflix. I've seen it on there.
I believe so.
I've watched it like three or four times.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes.
Probably more than that.
I think I own it. I'm not sure, but I think I own it.
But that's always a good one for the kids around this time of year.
It's the original with Willy Wonka is a little bit creepy, but oh, look! You see my new kitty?
Oh, is it a him or a her or
no?
a they?
That's Paisley. She's new.
Falling. She fell.
Yeah.
She's the curious cat.
No, she's still just a little bit skittish. If I move, she's like, "Oh God, I'm not supposed to like you," and runs. But if I'm sitting on the couch, then she's all over me.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Upcoming shows.
You're getting busy. Look at that.
I know. Oh my God. So I'm still prepping for nationals and stuff. Anybody, still gonna post the GoFundMe every once in a while if someone would like to donate. But on Wednesday, November 25th at Cruisin' 7, there's a fundraiser being held for myself, Eddie Broadway, and Osiris. It's going to be hosted by Kira Daniels. We're not sure who else is performing yet. We're still working on that. But that should be out and about. That'll happen at 10 o'clock, Wednesday, 25th, at C7. On Saturday, the 28th, which is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I will be selling Jello shots at our lounge. I can't remember what they have going on that night, but they have something going on that night. I'm going to be selling Jello shots. That's going to help with my fundraising for nationals. On Friday, December 4th, is Sonia J's Feisty First Friday. It's also her birthday show. I'm also going to be selling Jello shots there as well, and may even jump in to do a number at some point.
Oh, look at you getting fancy.
I know. And then December 19th is the very first official Team Arizona USofA fundraiser, and that is going to be at Mia Adams' show at C7 at 10:30.
Hey, man. Wow. That's only 3 weeks.
Shh. I'm still making costumes and learning new music. Shush. I've got a whole bunch of for all these shows coming up and stuff, I'm actually working on a whole bunch of new numbers, whole bunch of new costumes. So chances are if you come out to one of them, you'll probably see something that you haven't seen from me before.
Oh.
Yeah. I know, right?
Look at you being fancy and just fancy. You get what you pay for. Get something brand new.
I'm trying to earn my shit here.
I need to post my link more often, but I was going to post it today, but Facebook was being a jerk. I will post my Mo Sister link for raising money for Movember, and that is it for me. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'd like you guys to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, everything, just everything. Right there. Everything. If you guys have suggestions for the show, just go ahead and post them on my page, Freddy's page, or send us a message. And we have a lot of catching up to do. So I know a lot of people want to be on the show. If you want to be on the show, make sure you have a reason that you want to be on the show. Not just because you want to be. I really do like to keep the content consistent and of value.
We try anyway.
We try, but like to thank our sponsors, Phoenix Movie Bears. Chatted with them a little bit today. There's a lot of movies coming out, so if you follow them, they're posting trailers, especially Finding Dory. Whatever. I'm excited. Like to thank Gabe King Photography for making us look good. It makes it easier when I send out promo photos. And I don't think that we look like absolute mess. Though I do take spectacular pictures. Ask somebody.
Well, you know, it helps when your subject matter is just devastatingly handsome.
Oh my God. Killing them. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. And we hope to see you next week. And be good, be safe. And if you need somebody, reach out and touch somebody.
Touch Felicia.
Oh, don't. Oh. when I said somebody, I meant Freddy. But good night.
Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see everybody next week.
I can't play music. It's too loud in my ear, but too low for the
audience.
for the audience. So good night.